At the edge of the map is a place few travellers ever reach, a land where icebergs drift like mountains and the ocean feels alive. I came here to see what life's really like beyond the Arctic Circle. No script, no plan, just discovery. From stormy seas to tiny villages and glaciers that seem to breathe. This is Greenland, the edge of everything. So let's go. So I'm now walking up quite a steep hill towards the entrance to the Icefjord centre here on the outskirts of Ilulissat to take the red hiking route, what's supposedly the easiest one because it's all boardwalked all along the coast, and you've got to walk through this. I mean, it's not a pretty sight. Lots of husky type dogs just chained up all along the route. The dogs just look really sad. A lot of them seem to maybe have fleas. They seem really thin, but they're just everywhere here, just tied up to metal posts or to wooden crates, just all over the mountains and cliffs and hills, and they try to run at you, but when they run they get choked by the metal chain around their necks. But you have to walk this way to get to the start of the red hike that runs at the side of the Icefjord centre. Yeah, I really don't like walking past these dogs, but I guess that's how it's done in Greenland. They're not necessarily seen as pets, they're more seen as a way of transport because these are sled dogs. I'll see you when we get to the start of the red route hike. So this is the start of the red hiking route that passes right at the side of the Icefjord centre. It leads to somewhere called Semurmiut. I think that's how you pronounce it. And it should just be boardwalks all the way around this one, unlike all of the other hikes which are really rough, just natural mountains, hills, swamps. One thing to note is you need to buy a UNESCO ticket for €10 before you're allowed to do any of the hikes in Ilulissat. I bought mine online, so I've got a copy on my phone. I don't think they do spot checks, but there are a few signs saying it's illegal to walk on any of the hikes or around them, because we're in a UNESCO area now without paying the €10, but it's then valid for 12 months, so you can use it for as long as you want while you're here. So if you've not seen the yellow hike video, I'd recommend watching that. The one we're on now, the red one, is supposed to be the easiest, and I can see why, because it is all boarded. But I haven't seen anyone else. Even the car park behind me was completely empty. There's just no tourists here. It kind of feels like I shouldn't be here. I'm sure it's fine. You can't really get lost, there's boardwalks all over. But this one takes us through the rocks and mountains just outside of Ilulissat, and it should lead us to the Icefjord field, the ice field, in at some point. The sign said this hike should take about 2 hours ish, but when I took the yellow one it took me nearly 5, so I'm not going to believe that. So at either side of this boardwalk is swampland. A lot of it is currently iced over because it's -3°C, but I'm glad there is a boardwalk on this one, because I would not want to be walking through that. And just on the horizon I can see the tops of some of the big icebergs in the ice field, and another. So again, on the yellow route they had way markers that were like stone mounds. What is that noise? It's like a big banging noise. But yeah, I think this red route is also the start of the blue route, which is the hardest one. I'm hoping I don't end up doing that one today by getting lost, but let's just keep following the boardwalk and see where we end up. I can already see the ice field in Disco Bay coming up. So we're now in the UNESCO heritage site. This is the bit where you need the ticket for. The camera does not do this justice. The Icefjord is amazing. It's just ice for as far as you can see, of all sorts of different shapes and sizes. I'm hoping I get to see a whale or a part of an iceberg carve off while I'm here. I heard some the other day, but I wasn't lucky enough to see part of an iceberg fall off. This route, I think, is the one where if you walk too close to the edge and a piece of the iceberg does carve off, it makes the wooden walkway shake. It's supposed to be quite dangerous, but well, we'll see if that happens and then deal with it if we have to. The boardwalk seems to be going up on top of some cliffs, and then we should get a lot closer to those icebergs. So the wooden boardwalk has suddenly gone really steep downhill. This is probably the closest I've ever been so far, and I don't know how much closer we will get to a huge iceberg. I'm also keeping my eyes peeled on the water because I've heard there were whales spotted here this morning. It's only a couple of hours since, so I'm hoping a whale pops up. we're now pretty close to those icebergs. It suddenly got really cold. It's like opening the fridge or the freezer as soon as we got close to those icebergs. Extreme danger. Do not walk on the beach. Risk of sudden tsunami waves caused by calving icebergs. Yeah, this is the one then. If an iceberg calves, it's going to create ripples of water that splash over here. Especially as we get down to this bridge thing here. It's like the perfect place to get washed away by an iceberg. That was really slippery as well. So this bit of the boardwalk is covered in black ice. It's gone really slippery. Just as we're going uphill, which is fun. It's not too bad getting up, it's then when you've got to go back down again. And each side of the boardwalk is just bog, so you can't even walk on the grass. And now we've got some steps. So the boardwalk has just stopped and we've been dropped out into whatever this place is. I don't know if the red trail just ends and you're supposed to walk back again. This has suddenly changed. So it's just an endless sheet of ice between these. I wonder if we're now on the blue trail, because there's no signs or anything saying where you can go now. So I could go a lot higher, but you know when you feel like you've tested your luck just enough? I'm not going to the top of this. people who have got proper hiking equipment and poles and all sorts are struggling to get back down again. And I don't want to get stuck at the top of a mountain today. I'm quite hungry. I might want to head back and get some food soon, but let's see if we can head down a little bit further. There were signs saying don't get too close to the edge in case an iceberg falls off, because you might get swept into the sea. But yeah, I might head down and see how close I can get. Just make sure I can actually get back and don't end up slipping and falling down into that whiteness. So I'm trying to be really careful with my footing because these rocks are quite slippery and none of them are even. I want to get down to that bit there, the flat bit. I just need to work out how to do it. So people are just walking up and down these rocks like mountain goats. And some of these things are just so precarious. One wrong move and you're down. It's literally a sheer cliff face. The camera doesn't do justice just how steep this place is. So it's quite quiet. The only sound you can really hear is subtle little cracks in the ice. You probably can't pick it up on this mic, but it's really faint, bubbling, popping and cracking sounds. As the ice is starting to thaw in the sun. It's about 1 PM now, so the sun is at its peak. You can probably see the glare of the sun behind me, but it's eerily quiet. This is why you come to Ilulissat, to sit and just watch icebergs doing nothing. Let's see if we can get down a little bit closer. Obviously trying to be careful I don't fall in, because that would make a great YouTube video for you, but you would never see it because the camera and the memory card along with me will be in that thing over there, and we're not doing that for the sake of a YouTube video. Ah, no, that is swamp. This area is now really wet. I wonder if it's a good idea to be stood here. So it may be time for me to head back into central Ilulissat. The red trail seems very short. This, I think, is the start of the blue trail, because this definitely is not safe. So from this, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video about the red trail in Ilulissat. There's one on the yellow trail, probably one on the blue trail as well coming up. But I hope it's useful. I hope you've enjoyed it. Would you come to see this? I think I would come back again, which I don't usually say about many places. But thank you so much for watching. All the YouTube admin stuff as well. Give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already to make sure you don't miss anything else from Greenland and various other places I've got planned that may not quite live up to this ever. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you somewhere else in Greenland. So I spoke to YouTube and they said you would also like these cool videos from my channel. So please also check these ones out.